Well, everybody, Walt Disney may be in a bunch of trouble now. Disney, their stock has been like a 9-year low. That's correct. Yeah, and they've been pushing out a bunch of woke propaganda. And how's that actually working out for them?
Not very good.
Not very good. They have lost a ton of money. A lot of money. To tell you the truth. I mean, they're like in the negative, $1 billion or something like that for profits from movies because they keep pushing woke propaganda that nobody wants to see. And it's pretty bad. We just finished the Ahsoka series, by the way. Not very good. Not very good. Middle of the road. But of course, you know, that's Disney Star Wars. And like I said before, Disney Star Wars is one thing. The real Star Wars is the George Lucas stuff. So with that being said, before we get into this, if you guys would like to support us, become a channel member today. We actually have a video up just for channel members right now. You get access to that. Or if you would like to support us as well, drop our super thanks here on this video. But look here, things may be changing now because there is an investor in Disney. His name is Nelson Pleats. He's a billionaire Republican. And this guy, he wants to go in and stop all of the wokeness out there. Apparently, he's actually tried to do this before, but this seems to be like a power move here, like Elon Musk's Twitter takeover style. You know? Because we know when Elon Musk was actually trying to to get on the Twitter board, he bought shares. And Twitter came out and they actually limited how many shares he can actually buy. And then he wanted to make a power move. And then he said, all right, you guys don't want me to have too much power. I'll just buy the whole thing. And Twitter, because they were a publicly traded company, they had to oblige because they had to do the right thing for the investors. And so now Twitter is way better now. I mean, it's actually X now. It's way better now than it was before, when a bunch of leftists were actually running into the ground. They weren't making any money. The same thing with Disney here. This guy may be making a move here. So let's go ahead and read some of this here. It says, Nelson Pleats is planning a new board challenge at Walt Disney less than 10 months after the House of Mickey Mouse laid out plans that address his criticism. Pleats is now expected to ask Disney for multiple board seats, including one for himself, a person familiar with the matter told the Wall Street Journal. The thing is, this man owns so much stock in Disney. He's trying to make a power move here. And of course, if he actually gets these multiple seats on the board, he'll have more influence to stop all of the wokeness that they're pushing out there.
So don't you think he will fire all the, Kathleen Kennedy?
What the thing is, if he gains a lot of power, he can't per se just fire her. But what he could do is put enough pressure on the board to oust the CEO, which is Bob Iger. And he'll have enough influence to actually put someone in that actually wants to be non-political. And therefore, a lot of different things can actually be happening, with the different products, like the MCU, Lucasfilm. It could end up leading, to like a Kathleen Kennedy getting fired. But it'll be up to the board to put pressure on the CEO. Now, does he want to be the CEO? I don't know about that. But if he gets enough power on this board, Walt Disney could crumble. I mean, they should be getting back to, family values. That's what they were actually built on. And when you see the stock, just going down like a 9-year low, this is an interactive map right here. Look at that. That's 5 years. Look at where the stock is now versus where it was like in 2021. And when you go to 10 years, I mean, pretty much it looks like ever since COVID, it's been going downhill because post George Floyd, they've been pushing propaganda. And actually, really before that, but a lot of people probably didn't know it.
Well, I don't know about this person, but I'm just going like to say that.
Well, his track record is he goes into these companies and he pressures them to stop the wokeness.
Well, I have to see it first because
Yeah, it's gonna be a tall task.
I mean, sometimes like the CEO go in and then they go from like the conservative or something like ideology to like far left ideology or something like that.
Yeah, the wokeness level. Now, the thing is, Bob Iger did say that he wanted Disney to get out of the culture war battle. That remains to be seen. I mean, they actually brought him back. He was kind of like that behind the scenes when Bob Chapek was there. And really all the wokeness started under Bob Iger. People don't talk about that. It was Bob Iger. Bob Chapek was his puppet. Mm-hmm. And now Bob Iger is there now and nothing really is getting better. They're still struggling right now. They're struggling. Check this out. This guy actually owns 6.4 million Disney shares. I believe that's actually worth like $2.5 billion. He owns a lot. But the problem is, when it comes to the biggest shareholders of Disney, it is some very, very sketchy, corrupt companies like BlackRock. They own a ton of Disney stock, and they're the ones that's pushing all this diversity, equity, inclusion, all this wokeness stuff. That they are a super woke company.
Well, you know what? Do you think that, like, okay, for example, he, bought Disney out and he making like changes, but do you think it would take a long time for a customer to come back to Disney?
Yeah, it will.
Since like customer are fed up with Disney.
Yeah, it's going to take a while. Because the average person probably doesn't even know who this guy is right here. All they're seeing is, man, they're putting out a bunch of garbage. I mean, look at Disney Star Wars here. Disney Star Wars putting out garbage and nobody's watching the new stuff.
Yeah, they don't you think? I mean, as I hear, like, people keep complaining Disney and like they have the right to. But Disney wasn't doing anything. And even now they are not doing anything. And like customer are all fed up and they don't trust Disney anymore.
Right.
And so don't you think it will take a long time for them to build trust again?
Yeah, it will. It will. But we'll have to see if it actually happens here. Look at this here. It says, should Disney stop his attempt to join the board again? Reuters said Pleatz's Tyran Fund Management could nominate director candidates between December 5th and January 4th. So we'll actually have to see what actually happens here. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but this man seems to be buying up more stock. He wants to gain more power. That's why he wants those board seats so he can completely flip things around. And if he does, I'm pretty sure woke employees will lose their minds.
Don't you think it'll be hard for him to flip over because, yeah, as you said, like the woke employee will, lose their mind and there will be like lawsuit and stuff like that. Yeah,
I'm not exactly sure of his net worth. Let me look up his net worth here real quick because unlike like Elon Musk, all right, it says here his net worth is 1.5 billion. So he couldn't buy all of Disney if he wanted to. With Elon Musk buying Twitter, Elon Musk was worth something like $300 million. And he actually overpaid for Twitter. It was like, what was it, like 40 something billion, I believe. I believe that's what it was. So he actually could do that himself. Disney itself is worth way too much money. So he wouldn't have to do that. So he actually has to have a plan to gain more power on the board to really kind of take over.
But still, there will be a lot of people against him, you know.
Well, the Disney board may be against him. I mean, we're going to have to see. He's trying to make a power play here to change quite a bit of stuff. So we will have to see what happens. So anything else you want to add to this? Because I think I pretty much have said everything I want to say about this. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, like, it'd be nice. I mean, if he really said what he is going to do, I mean, that would be nice. I mean, even though, like, it will take quite a long time for customer to come back, but I think it will be a good move. That is, if he going to say what he is going to do.
Yeah. Well, that's going to wrap it up, guys. This could be a nightmare scenario for Walt Disney. It could be over. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. Until then, be safe.
Goodbye.